Hey folks, I want to talk to you today about how Taurus changed my mind, well, about Taurus. So I've always thought Taurus as kind of a little bit sketchy company, poor quality control issues, because I experienced Taurus in the 80s and 90s, and Taurus really changed my mind with the TX-22 line of pistols. Specifically, the original TX-22, when I picked one of these up, I was really surprised. It will run any type of ammo. It will just keep going. So I picked one of these up in the spring of 2020. I believe these came out in 2019. I was a little late to the game, but I picked up something because the COVID lockdowns happened. I was forced to work part-time over that summer. For about 6 months, I worked part-time, and we wanted to go shoot a lot, and I wanted to go shoot for very cheap. My wife wanted to shoot a lot of rounds. She really started to enjoy it, and so we picked up one of these. We went every Wednesday for about 6 months, and she ran a box, either 325, the Federal Auto Match, or she would run a box of 500 of different manufacturers of ammo. And so you do the round count on that, 300 to 500 rounds for 6 months, once a week. This thing has been phenomenal. We have probably a conservative estimate, about 12,000 rounds to this thing. And I've only had one problem with it, which was the plastic adjustable sights on here. Eventually, after about 4,000 or 5,000 rounds, they stopped holding zero, and when I kept adjusting them, eventually it broke, and I had to end up replacing it.
Okay, go ahead.
So I went ahead and replaced them with an aftermarket kind of night sight setup here that I picked up super cheap, and that's been really phenomenal, and that's really the only problem I've ever had with this pistol. A little bit of ammo finickiness in the first few hundred rounds. I didn't like the hollow point Winchester white box, but now you can feed this thing anything. You could give it a Denver omelet and this thing will shoot it. So fantastic little pistol, and this is how Taurus changed my mind about Taurus. Now I have several Tauruses, and they've all been really reliable. So in the last few years, I believe they are just knocking it out of the park, and now with the release of the TX-22 Compact, it takes it even one step further. So don't sleep on these 22s. I think this is one of the better 22s on the market. And I also want to give Taurus credit for 16 rounds in a 22. I don't know why the standard was always 10 rounds. It seems so silly to me when you have a full-size grip that no one's ever tried to do this. But Taurus and Kel-Tec, I'll give Kel-Tec some credit too, came out with some staggered rounds and put, higher capacity in a 22, and why wouldn't you want that? If you're out plinking, you're at the range, you want to reload every 10 rounds? No, this is fantastic. Thank you, Kel-Tec and Taurus, for making this happen. Now SIG and FN have followed with their line of pistols in 22 with higher capacity, and that's the way it needs to be. Just keep elevating that 22 platform, bring it into modern times, and let's have some plinking fun with not just 10 rounds. So just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how Taurus changed my mind. Phenomenal little 22 handguns.
Easy to load mags.
Easy to load mags. Ergonomics are great. You got some cool accessories you can get for this, like little lasers and things like that. And just fun little plinkers. And if you had to use this for defense, you certainly could. You got 16 rounds. You put something like Federal Punch in here or Winchester Silvertip, and that's no slouch. I don't want to stand in front of that. So these are great little guns, and that's how Taurus changed my mind. And they are really coming up as a company. So watch out for Taurus. They're doing some cool stuff. Thank you all. Appreciate each and every one of y'all watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you next time I make a video.